There is more political drama in Ottawa tonight, where several members of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's inner circle say they won't be running for re-election. Let's bring in our political correspondent, Glen McGregor, now. And Glen, it seems the blows for Trudeau just keep on coming. These aren't the first names we've heard. They likely won't be the last.
That's right. We've already seen 2 cabinet ministers decide in recent months that they are not running again. Today, 4 more. Dan Vandal is the Minister of Northern Affairs. Marie-Claude Bibeau is the Minister of National Revenue. Philomena Tassi, who's from Hamilton, is responsible for economic development in Southern Ontario. And Carla Qualtrough is probably the best known of this group. She currently holds the sports portfolio. These are relatively low-ranking cabinet posts, and it's important to note that it's not unusual for some MPs, including even ministers, to decide before an election that they are not going to reoffer. Some decide it's time to retire, others to pursue other opportunities. Bibeau, for example, considering a run for the mayoralty of Sherbrooke, Quebec. And 2 of those who are leaving posted messages on social media today expressing their support for Justin Trudeau as leader. Still, not a good sign for him to see people voting with their feet as he's trying to contain growing dissent, Cynthia, within his own caucus.
Definitely. And now, Glenn, there's talk about a possible cabinet shuffle as Trudeau tries to keep things afloat. Can that be effective?
Yeah, I mean, with 4 portfolios opening up in cabinet, Trudeau's going to have to bring in some new faces or possibly reassign some other cabinet ministers to additional duties, or maybe kind of a combination of both. But whatever he chooses, it could have the effect of discouraging some of his backbench MPs from speaking out against him. We know there are somewhere between 20 and 30 Liberal MPs, depending on how you count it, who have signed on to a letter calling for Trudeau to step aside. Some MPs who are considering joining them may decide not to if they think there's a chance they could be named to cabinet. And Trudeau will face his full caucus at a meeting in Ottawa on Wednesday for the first time since reports emerged about this brewing revolt within caucus ranks. It's safe to bet that if he's going to shuffle his cabinet, it's going to be sometime after that meeting next week, and that will very likely be the last shuffle before the next federal election. Cynthia.
And that, Glenn, will be a very interesting meeting. Thanks very much. From Ottawa, that is our Glen McGregor.